Previously on the Mike Knoxxx Show.
Something that upsets me as a wrestling fan, right? Which is, what else is new? It's the constant fight between one fan base and another fan base. To me, the heart of professional wrestling was right here on SmackDown. When you look at the bloodline, you're talking about TV that I literally clapped for. I cannot remember the last time I clapped for a television program. All right, this is television at its finest. Civil War at its finest. Which side are you on? Whose side are you choosing? Right? Yeah, I died. The Bloodline is the greatest storyline in wrestling history. You know what else is, right? Charlotte Flair! It's the greatest female wrestler of all time.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah! Perfect Plex Radio! We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're all what you getting in. Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, it's a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You could call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
And welcome back, everybody, to Around the Blocks with Mike Knoxxx, Perfect Plex Talk Radio, the Mike Knoxxx Show. I am your host, Mike Knoxxx, and as always, I spelled my name with 3 X's because, like the hate that wrestling gets every single damn day, I am hardcore. People, welcome to the shows, the pros, ayatollahs, and ayatollahs, and all that good shit. Listen to, and shout out to my man backstage holding me down for 10 years strong. My producers to all that good stuff, Mr. 301 King Vaughn Jr. on the Twitter. And thanks to you, the $1 Million audience, as I am the $1 Million host, and we tag in and out to form the $1 Million Connection. People, welcome to the shows, the pros, and two. And today on the Mike Knoxxx Show, we're going to talk what we always talk, the week that is pro wrestling. We're also going to talk Bianca Belair turning heel? The fuck is wrong with y'all? We're going to talk about that. Also, the Money in the Bank. We talked about it last week, but we really didn't get into it enough. Who should win this Money in the Bank? Also, new women's titles. Why people continue to complain and bitch and moan when that's all they can do is continue to bitch and moan? Because, frankly, you know what they complain and bitch and moan about, don't you? Well, Triple H, tell them.
You know what I'm going to do about it? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tweet my displeasure.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to tweet our displeasure. And why? Why is Charlotte Flair the greatest women's wrestler of all time? Hated so much. Let's talk about it, people. Let's talk about it. Make sure you go ahead and follow us on Unpopular Review Entertainment. Please like, follow, subscribe, and comment below. Let us know how you feel about today. And also today, guys, on the Weekend Wrestling, let's go ahead and break it down. Break it down. We're going to talk about it right here, right now. And that is Raw results from last week, June 5th, 2023. Seth frickin' Rollins shines in his first world title defense against Mr. From that squad, who's the leader of the squad? Is it Rhea Thickley? Is it Prince DeVitt? Is it Dominic? Or is it Damian Priest? A little dissension last week it felt we were getting between the Judgment Day last week. Also, in that World Heavyweight title bout, Becky Lynch and Zoe Stark punched their tickets to the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't know about why I like that so much. Dominic tells Cody Rhodes, talk to the hand, because I ain't trying to hear you, as he appeared on Raw last week. But as you see it right there, Seth freaking Rollins just looking all, you know what I call him, Seth, Elton John Rollins. Okay, fine, I'll join in. I'll join in, it's okay. Seth Rollins starts this night off looking like $1 million in that solid gold belt he got on, and he comes out and he's going to take on Judgment Day in the match, and boom, like a super kick party, he beats Damian Priest. And actually was a pretty damn good match. I got to be honest with you guys here for a second. I have not been the biggest Damian Priest guy, but over the last several weeks, ever since, he took on Bad Bunny at Backlash. Hey, talking about Backlash, make sure you go to my page. Make sure you go to Unpopular Review Wrestling page as well. Exclusive interview with Savio Vega, who was a part of Backlash, already hitting over 3,000 views. Let's get some more on that thing. Make sure you guys, again, don't just like us. Don't just watch us. Hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. And definitely, coming in the future, we got some giveaways. So you might want to start subscribing now, so I know who was there for us in the beginning when we were small times. When I get big, I'm sorry, guys. I got a big head. You know what I mean? Vincent Chase, big head. Mike Knoxxx II, big head. Al Pacino, big head. See what happens when you got a big head? You become a winner and a champion. So, also, like I told you, Dominic Mysterio lays the smack it down on Cody Rhodes. And I can say this, right? We're gonna talk about later in the show about Money in the Bank and who should win Money in the Bank. Am I wrong here for thinking that Dominic should win Money in the Bank? Like, shouldn't that be Dominic? But we'll talk about that later. Also, in the week that was professional wrestling, AEW took center stage. AEW last week. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. My producer ain't here this week, so I apologize. There it is. All right. AEW Championship, Orange Cassidy took on Swerve Strickland. Great match. I'm starting to really like those two as a pairing, by the way. I mean, comment below. Let me know how you feel about this match. Because last week, I wasn't exactly sure, and I still don't exactly know why you guys are AEW fans. I mean, I get it. I understand. I'm in that bowl of soup with you. You know what I'm saying? You got to put a little shrimp. Okay, you gotta throw some crab meat in there, a little turkey sausage. I don't eat no pork. All right, a little turkey sausage. I mean, unless you got a real good smothered pork chop. I don't eat no pork. You got to make sure the gumbo is hitting right. You know what I'm saying? You got to use Lowry's. Not no other kind of. If all you use is salt and pepper on your seasoning, please don't talk to me. All right, we got Absolute Ricky Starks took on Jay Switchblade White with Juice Robinson and FTR being banned from ringside. Why was they banned? Why is FTR with Absolute Ricky Starks in the first damn place? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Also, the Club, John Moxley, I'm always going to call him Carlito, okay? And Wheeler had their little match last week, pretty good in that Tornado Tag Team match. We got Jungle Boy and Jack Perry. Have you not seen the what's it called? The Jungle Hook shirts? How you think about it? Let us know below. And how that took place last night. And then we had the big announcement that we already knew about, people. Tony Khan, I love you, guy. I really do. I mean, I know I say that and you think I don't mean it, but I really do, Tony. I mean, I love what you're trying to do. I wonder how you stay in business because no one's coming to your events, but you keep paying all these people all this money. Yeah, Tony, no one's coming. It's okay. I know it. You know it. All right. We saw the matches last week. Chaos took on the Blackpool Club. Again, Chris Statlander. Now, that's a shirt I want. So anybody out there listening, Father's Day is coming. Okay? That Chris Statlander shirt was pretty dope. Okay? But then to me, the best part of AEW Dynamite last week was not the announcement that I'm going to talk about momentarily that we know that he didn't have no money for. But there it is on Collision. You're going to have Samoa Joe, Jay White, and Juice Robinson taking on FTR and the guy you all like to hate all the time. I don't know why. Because all you hear me go to a stadium everywhere for the last 15 years. All you hear. That's all we want to hear is CM Punk's name. Nothing else matters. That's all you want to hear. That's the main event we all knew about. And the question is, they're probably sold out for this event because it's Chicago. Again, people, cities like this Wednesday, DC. Holla at my man Mo_N. If you know who he is, you might want to DM him to get yourself some tickets for AEW Dynamite. All right. All right. So you got Dynamite. So I'm going to think DC sells out. Philly sells out. Chicago sells out. New York sells out. That's about all for AEW. That's why they keep going back to the same cities. I'm just saying. But I'm saying. All right, don't get mad at me. Do not shoot the messenger. Okay? But last week, as we get back to this picture right here, MJF comes face-to-face with Adam Cole. Baby! And the question is will AEW fuck this up? Let's just be real here. Will AEW fuck this up? All right. What's going on, DC the Collective? My brother, happy Monday to you. Happy early Father's Day to all the fathers out there, especially. All right. Especially you too, DC the Collector. What's going on, Jason? Good evening. So I'm happy they're about to move into a new WB headquarters. I don't care about their fucking headquarters. I saw that news break today. Right. I'm just being honest. It's everywhere. It's like watching Jocelyn Hernandez beat that girl's ass at the Mayweather-John Gotti 3 fight, which I don't even know why that fight was happening in the first place, and she got her boobs all hanging out the place. It's just everywhere, right? Why is fans, okay? Why is fans? I was asking a question. I know my demeanor sometimes, people tune out. I don't give a shit. That's you. Don't like it. Listen anyway, all right? But I'm being honest to a friend of mine named Jason Campbell. Why? Because you put the question, but in general, people in general, why the hell do we care about a new headquarters for WWE? Like, I don't work there. Do you work there? Oh, you got a job? Stop lying. All right, stop lying. What's going on, Phil? How you doing, my guy? Scotty, what's going on? Out the gate, underwhelming Roman undisputed title. How the F does Oscar? Hey, we're going to talk about that belt in a second. All right. And we're going to talk about you fans, DC, and why you guys have to hate so much on a title belt. I don't get it. All right, because y'all watch UFC. I watch UFC. Vaughn, you watch UFC? I know you watch UFC. Outside the BMF title, including the BMF title, every single one of UFC belts look alike. Every single one of the belts. Every single one of their belts look alike. Every single one of Ring of Honor's belts look alike. That's the business sometimes. I can't get mad at a company that makes $1 billion to put their logo on the motherfucker. Don't we all got shirts we want? Do we want people to sell, hey, hi, hater, right? We all got shirts that we're going to put our logos on, right? Look, I got a We the Ones t-shirt. Hey, this is like my 5th shirt. Guess what, guys? I'm an idiot. I got a red and white one. I got a red and white one. I mean, I said that already. I got a white and red one. I got a black. This is just what they are. Right? Just what they are. What's going on, Jeffrey? How you doing, my guy? Facebook, whoever you are. I don't know where you are watching from. I don't know who you are, but you. Okay? Jason back in. One guy who wrestled less than Roman Reigns, MJF. Listen, y'all gonna get up off my tribal chief. All right? He wrestles every week in my mind. Okay? Every week he's right there in my mind wrestling. DC checks back in. Cassie and Swerve are good. Great. They are great dance partners. Absolutely. I love them together. I sure do. AEW is like one of those Chinese action flicks. All action, very little plot line. That's like every single Transformers movie except the first one. I like the first Transformers. The second one, I didn't like too much because there's no such thing as human Decepticons. The third one is my favorite, Dark Side of the Moon, but I understand it's not really a Transformers movie. It's just a great action movie, right? All the ones with Mark Wahlberg completely suck. We did a review last night. If you haven't seen a review show on, if you've seen it, spoiler review on Beast Wars, Rise of the Beast, Transformers. It's so bad, I even know Galvatron was even in none of those movies. Okay? Apparently Galvatron was in one of those movies. But like AEW, they had no storylines except for Transformers 1, Bumblebee, and this movie all had great storylines. If you haven't seen it, go see. If you haven't seen that review, go watch that as well. They already fucked it up, no build up, just threw them together in a match like, what the fuck? Yeah, they did. But, hey, that's AEW for you, right? I'm not a WWE payroll, so it doesn't matter where they move. See? That's my guy, okay? What's going on, Derek? Yes, sir. Jeffrey chimes back in. Looks like because of the marketing purposes, also they give out a lot of to athletes. Yes, that's them belts. Why switch it up? Why switch it up? So we're gonna get back to this. Someone else question. The question, DJ, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? See, I'm in a Father's Day mood, right? So I might be doing a lot of singing today. Don't judge me though, okay? That wouldn't be fair for you to judge me on my singing voice. I never told you I was a singer. Although the very first Chicago Mass Choir album back in 1994, your boy's in the credits. I'm just saying. All right, so holla at your boy. Then we got to the greatest show, not named the Mike Knoxxx Show. That's SmackDown. And SmackDown, listen, results from last week. We got brothers versus each other. You got Jimmy Uso taking on what's his face for the U.S. title, Austin Theory. Charlotte shows back up on Friday night as Asuka's getting a new belt. We're gonna talk about that in a second, people. Okay, and just to me, I thought SmackDown, as I said all the time, it's the greatest. But look at this. I just want to just say this to people, okay? Because all weekend long, the hate for Charlotte Flair. We're gonna talk about it in a second. I'm gonna sit here for one moment. We'll put a nickel in the meter, if you will, okay, for a second. And before my time runs out in the meter, I just want to ask you, y'all do know what she said, right? Y'all believe in what she said? Because she told you, I don't have to get in the line. I started the line. So I did ask the question earlier on my post, on my wall, on Pop Review as well. Why do we hate Charlotte Flair? We're going to dive into that momentarily as well. But she comes back to Asuka, which doesn't make any sense, stuff, by the way. I will say that. As a Charlotte Flair super mark, if I'm Bianca Belair, we're going to talk about that. And that's why we're going to talk about Bianca Belair turning heel, because you people out there in your motherfucking dirt sheets need to motherfucking listen. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, but then, where am I on SmackDown? Here we go. This was the crazy thing right here. Hey, you want to be part of the bloodline? We're grooming you. Roman is being said to that. Roman saying this from Paul E. Dangerously Paul Heyman, whatever you want to call him. His mama call him Paulie Dangerously. I'm going to call him Paulie Dangerously. Okay. Jerry Carcanian, if you know what I'm talking about from The Last Dragon, that's where his gimmick came from. Okay. But he's telling him, you see it right here. You are next in line to be the tribal chief. It's you. Jimmy J has always been jealous of you. So you go out here win the U.S. title, bring it back, leave your brother behind. He's like, hey, if I'm back in the bloodline, you not in the bloodline. They get to the match. He's beating Austin Theory's ass. Boom! Super kick party to the face by his brother accidentally, which, again, watching the Usos, they kind of fuck up a lot, right? So if, you know, y'all just did that to Roman them the other day, right? And Solo, y'all made a mistake and kicked him. I think he should have been a little bit more understanding, but he wasn't. But then we get this thing right now, this happened earlier in the show, is this NXT interaction with SmackDown right now. I'm loving it. That's my man. I'm ready to go back to NXT just because Baron Corbin is down there. The one y'all say can't miss, Carmelo. I mean, let's just be real here, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. My daughter is 13. By the time she's 15 years old, she's going to have more height than Melo Hayes. That's all I'm saying. Don't hate me, okay? I'm just saying, don't hate me. Then we got something finally with AJ Styles and TikTok as Scarlett comes out, blows this red smoke in his face. I kind of liked it, by the way. Can't lie. You know, I like what they're doing with this whole thing. And then we get this tag team that all you guys love from NXT that nobody knows unless they watch NXT. And no offense, okay? WWE and all you people out there that are goth. I love you. Okay, we had a goth Spider-Man, right? And Andrew Garfield, right? Worst Peter Parker ever. Greatest Spider-Man to me, but worst Peter Parker because you tried to make him goth. Okay. Other than Rhea Thickly, I don't really get into goth chicks. That's just me. So Ronda Rousey comes out with Shayna, the Beast Baszler. And they, let them know what the fuck is going on in case they didn't know. We told them that's what it is. All right. Then we had the Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Well, now we got, hey, we want some Bailey. Where's her match? That's my son. I'll tell you, but they be knowing my chance, right? Took on Meechin. Like, that's just a dumbass name, Vaughn. Like, all the names they could have gave this girl. And what I'm hearing, because, the hashtag Death the Dirt Sheets, I don't know at all. She asked for this name change. So, hey, you know what? Sometimes the dirt sheets are about 10 to 25% right. Maybe they got this one right. Okay. But Io Sky and Bailey this is where they're going to break up. Clearly to me is that Money in the Bank. Something's going to have to happen there because I think they're going to let what's her face Becky Lynch win the Money in the Bank. That's just what I feel. I don't think Becky Lynch has won a Money in the Bank. If I'm not correct or incorrect there, Vaughn, she hasn't won one. So I think that's what's going to happen there. But that's your week in wrestling, guys. So listen, I'm going to take a small little break. Comment below. Let me know. All right. Let me know how you feel down below. All right. We're going to take a little break and then we'll be right back to go ahead and jump in this. Why y'all hate Charlotte Flair so damn much? Like, what did she do to you? Like, I just don't. I didn't know she did, but she did something, and nobody knows what she even did. So I just don't get it. I don't understand it, and I needed to make what they do for 12 years. They got to hear CM Punk chants over and over and over again. It's kind of annoying. Can we find something else? We'll be right back, y'all.
All I can sit here and say, Stacks got his ass kicked. Stacks went out there and said, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to do it for my boss. Well, Stacks, you know, you want to stand up for your boss, but who's going to stand up for you because you're on the ground? That boy got whooped. And this is supposed to be the boss? The
underboss.
The underboss?
Underboss.
No, he got his ass kicked. He's the ass-kicked boss. That's who he is.
Yeah, he was, but...
In white pants, mind you.
Listen, the stylists are putting in windows, okay?
He should have put more focus in combat than fashion. And instead, he wanted to focus on fashion and got his ass dominated.
Charlotte Flair, the greatest women's wrestler of all time. Vaughn, I just don't get the hate. I don't know, because I tell you what it is. I know exactly why they hate on Charlotte Flair. Okay? Tell you right now. Because when you look at the internet, look, this is all the tweets that came out Friday night. All right? Let me put my glasses on because you know I can't see. All right? But Kurt Angle has finally got on the bandwagon. Right? Finally. Has Mike Knoxxx not been saying for over 4 years? I'm going to say it again for those who are late to the program. Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. Okay? The IWC, Charlotte Flair, being in the title picture. It's annoying, and I'm tired of it. Oh, my God. I like Charlotte when she's gone, and then she comes back, and I'm reminded why I disliked her in the first place. Zero self-awareness. I don't care that I'm raging tweeting right now. I hate Charlotte Flair. Please go and fuck away. I don't care that I'm raging tweeting right now. I hate Charlotte Flair. How you hate a fucking fictional character, right? I mean, damn. You don't even know the woman. Please go the fuck away. It's horrible. And Rick is. She will never be as good as he. What you mean? She'll never be as good as he. How can she? She has no Four Horsemen on TV. She has no James J. Dillon. She has no right-hand man named Arn Anderson. Okay? I mean, all she could be is what she is. And as I've been saying it for years, why she's great. I'm going to remind you in a second. Of course, a segment where someone else gets to enjoy a bit of spotlight and make some history has to end with Charlotte Flair standing tall. Fucking... Oh my God. I put your names on the screen. I ain't gonna say your name out loud because you're just not that important to me. I just don't understand why y'all were crying and bitching and complaining so much. But again, I'll tell you why. Because it's right there. Why is Charlotte great? Why do they hate? Because she's the daughter of Ric Flair. Ask you guys something, right? And I always try, this is my, I swear, right? Like, so I got into sports talk because I drove a truck for PPG Auto Glass. And every day I listened to Angelo Catali and WIP radio. And they never, ever talked about wrestling, and it bothered me. Yeah, I've been out before Bust Open Radio. Yes, listen, no offense. If I was Jewish and lived in New York too, I'd be on Sirius XM. I'm just saying what I feel, okay? But then I asked a question earlier, why does Charlotte Flair hate it? And I got some comments I want to read. It says, my man Trevor Stewart, I'm going to use hate as great as an example and a comparison. I hate LeBron and I hate Brady, but at least it works all season long. My man Madison J. Mitchell get my man Madison J's new album just dropped. That shit is fire. He said it's simple. People hate greatness. What did the Joker say in Batman? Or it actually wasn't the Joker though. I think it was actually Two-Face. You either live long enough to be, or you talk too long, and all of a sudden you become the villain. All right, Micah. Micah, you wrote like a whole goddamn soliloquy. So I'm gonna just share some of those, Vaughn. It's too many to actually continue go back and forth and read, but it is way harder in this business. Okay, you can look at the prodigal son of Ted DiBiase Jr. You can look at Dustin Rhodes. Before there was a Cody, there was a Dustin, the natural Dustin Rhodes, right? You can look at all the things they tried to do with him, all they tried to do with Cody. The world is just now appreciating Cody Rhodes. Y'all didn't appreciate that man when he was first here. When my man Phil was vibing for him. When I was vibing for him, I say day two because Phil was a big fan of him first before I was, and then I took the mantle, the baton from him, and I ran with it. Okay, dashing Cody Rhodes. Where was y'all guys at? Insert any third generation superstar. Randy Orton was hated in the beginning. Okay, y'all just like Randy Orton so much because of that damn RKO. All right, it is hard. So Randy Orton is the only one, in my opinion, next to Charlotte Flair that lived up to the hype. And guess what? Randy Orton to have to be better than Cowboy Bob Orton wasn't a big stretch. Okay, if anybody gonna sit here and dare to tell me that Cowboy Bob Orton was a star, you're delusional. Please put the weed down or pass that shit to somebody else who can handle it. Okay, but no, it is hard as hell to be the child of one of the greatest of all time. Point blank, I don't care how you put it. It's like I rewatched the Creed movies recently, since now Creed 3 is on Amazon Prime Video, right? So I've been watching all the Creeds. And everybody comes out with a movie and they go, well, this movie's better than that movie. And that movie's better than this movie. Well, I can't rate the Creeds. 1 is great, 2 is great, 3 is great. You want to put 3 number 1, 2 number 2, and whatever you want to put it, is how you be it. So Ric Flair is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. So for his child to come in, it's harder for her, in my opinion. There's another thing, guys. It's the accomplishments. I mean, they hate you when they great. They hate you because they ain't you. Okay? We're talking about NXT Women's Champion 2 times. WWE Divas Champion. All right? The first Women's Champion on WWE as well. 6-time Raw Women's Champion. 7-time SmackDown Women's Champion. A tag team champion with Asuka. She is the 5th woman to win the Triple Crown. The 4th woman to be a Grand Slam champion. NXT Championship Tournament in 2014. Royal Rumble winner. The best wrestler of the year, the end of the year. And match of the year with her and Bayley at 2018's Evolution. The first and only women's all pay-per-view, which I don't know why they didn't repeat that every single year. I wish they'd have just done that every year. Honestly, I would take a women's pay-per-view Evolution over Money in the Bank, to be honest with you, at this point. I think Money in the Bank has run its course. That's just my opinion. Let me see what's going on here with these comments. Oh, look at girl, I know I'm fine. Look at me, baby. Hey, what's going on, Hassan? How you doing? Jason chimes back in. Quote from Charlotte Flair: I don't wait in the line, I made the line. Jeffrey, why was Charlotte looking at the wrong title? That's a good one, right? I will go there. It actually threw us off, right? Because she was saying, I want this title too, which led people to more speculation. I don't know. I really can't answer that one for you. I will say this though. It was intriguing how that happened. Ronda Rousey is so terrible. Leave that alone. Bayley is going to cost EO. I agree with you on that one. People hate Charlotte because they are jealous. What is it to be jealous of, though? You know what I mean? Like, be jealous. Batman, even though Superman's the greatest of all time. I like Charlotte, but Charlotte needs to stay a story way. WWE don't want to give Charlotte a good story. It depends to me where you sit up with that one, Batman. Right? And I saw that online today as well, that and that's what Wally actually put on my wall. He was saying it's not Charlotte's fault, it's WWE's fault. And y'all know a lot of times I will blame things on the fans' perspective of things. I will blame things on the wrestlers who don't take the shit they give and make it stick. And then sometimes the company doesn't help them out anyway. All right. And as I said on SmackDown, and I'm a Charlotte mark, I didn't get that. I didn't get why she was back. But this is what I understand about the business. Did y'all hear the crowd? That wasn't piped in, right? So as many of us hate her, those not me, and those who feel the way they feel about her, she actually got a pop, right? And I hate to say this because I think Bianca Belair is the future of professional wrestling as a woman is concerned. And one night, she generated more buzz than Becky, than Bayley, and Bianca combined, right? So her storyline is she's a champion. To me, that's her story. Now, brother, I'm not saying I like that, but that's her storyline, okay? Charlotte is literally Miss WrestleMania. I said what I said. Just a lot of things going on. Comment below. Let us know. Listen, Charlotte Flair, hands down, is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with This Week in Wrestling with King Vaughn. We're going to talk about the new women's title and Bianca Belair turning heel. I know, right? We'll be right back.
Yo, it's crime time. EST. Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man, NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around the Blocks give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Vaughn.
Of course, thank you very much. Of course, it's King Vaughn Jr. Of the Victorious Ones podcast, Perfect Plex Talk Radio. I'm here to give you the week in wrestling history. So on June 12th, 1987, was the final of a tournament to crown the first ever IWGP Heavyweight Champion in Japan. And of course, Antonio Inoki defeated Masa Saito to win the title. His reign would last 325 days and be the only time he ever held that title. And of course, in 2005, this is the same day the ECW One Night Stand made its debut. And so, of course, that's when Dudley's brought back the tie-dye and Jericho came back as Lionheart. And on June 13th, 2007, on episode Monday Night Raw, Mr. McMahon Appreciation Night. This is the night that Vince got into the limo and it blew up. And of course, they'll end up being retracted because of what happened later on. And so of course on June 14th, 1998, the Great American Bash took place. And of course that was the night. Of course that was the night that Jericho defeated Dean Malenko by disqualification to win the vacant cruiserweight title. Of course that was the same night that Sting defeated the Giant to claim it to win the WCW Tag Team titles. And so of course on June 15th, 2003, Bad Blood in Houston took place. And so of course that was the night that Triple H defeated Kevin Nash in a Hell in a Cell match. June 16th, 1992, WCW Clash of Champions 19. And of course that was the night that took place, and that was the night that Steve Williams and Terry Gordy defeated the Steiner brothers for the tag team titles in the quarterfinals. And so of course as far as birthdays, on June 12th, Mark Henry turns 52. Jerry Lynn turns 60. On June 13th, Hikaru Shida turns 35. On June 14th, Tiger Mask turns 47. June 15th, Bayley turns 34. On the same day, Scott Norton turns 65. And on June 16th, Ultimate Warrior would turn 64. And that's your week in wrestling history. Mike Knoxxx, back to you.
Yo, it's crime time.
At Carolina Pines, the membership is reserved, but they're about to meet a man.
I'm in search of an application, sir.
How are you with a shovel?
Shovel?
Did he call you a Hold it! This is a very exclusive club.
Who doesn't take no for an answer.
Oh! What the hell are you doing on my golf course?
Shooting a music video.
You see that line? It represents the property line of that estate. Guess who closed escrow yesterday?
Who's your caddy?
So you're saying you could travel back in time?
I could fix things. I could save people. I could save my mom. I could save your parents.
You could also destroy everything. This world must die.
No! My name is Kara. I will help you.
Interesting group. Want some help?
Wait, he's Batman?
Are you ready?
Ready. Let's go.
And people, make sure you guys go ahead and check out right there. The other shows are part of Unpop Review. Unpop Review Entertainment. We're doing movies that bad movies that we love. And this week, this Thursday, at 8:30 on Unpop Review Entertainment, we'll be talking Who's Your Caddy? And this weekend, to me, the only movie this summer that can disappoint me, The Flash. We'll have that movie review coming up as well. And again, make sure you guys check out the review we did last night on Transformers, spoiler reviews only. So something you definitely want to get your hands and get a chance to listen to. I promise you that, all right? So SmackDown happened last week, right? And people got what normally happens, right? People get upset when they don't get what they want and things don't happen the way they want them to happen. And they do what Triple H tells you guys you do all the time.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tweet my displeasure. That's right. I'm gonna jump on social media and I'm gonna tweet about it until my...
And speculation ran rapid, right? Everywhere you look, because people gotta love a dirt sheet, right? So they watch wrestling, they get with their homies in their mama's basement, ringside. People y'all be following, y'all who they talking about, to put up that bullshit about, that 85% of the WWE fan base wants LA Knight to win the Money in the Bank. Bullshit, right? So then they go, and they go, well, Bianca Belair is about to turn heel because Bianca was mad that Charlotte is the line, which she has a right to be, right? I love it. Let me just tell y'all some things right here, right now. Can you zoom in on my face, please? Look at my face! Look at my face! Zoom in on it. Bianca Belair ain't turning heel. It ain't gonna happen, people. It's not gonna happen because, first of all, look at this woman. Why would you want to fuck that up, right? I'm just being honest, right? She's a star. Not only is she a star to us, right? But she's a star to these little kids. She is a freaking role model. Okay? You see this right here? This is not my words. This isn't from a dirt sheet. This is from Bianca Belair on the press conference after WrestleMania. Bianca Belair is proud to be a role model and give others a stage to show out on. Okay? This is what she does. When asked about including the divas of Compton's dance group at WrestleMania, this is what she lived for. This is what Bianca is about. Okay, she's about making and continuing to make Black history. Okay, now some would say, which I won't argue, but I would say he didn't need to. John Cena should have turned heel a long time ago. No, I don't think John Cena should have turned heel. Why? Because he was selling too much motherfucking merchandise. Okay? And it's not about you, me, little Day Day, little Jimmy, your Aunt Ayala, okay? Your cousin Patsy, okay? Your next door neighbor Rosetta. None of that matters, okay? It's about merchandise. And now, this is what also gets me, Vaughn. Right? I've been in a couple of wrestling groups together, right? And you know what gets me? A motherfucker, I'm going to say that again. Let me back that up, Ron. Let me say it again. Let me get it right, Bob. A motherfucker will take your words verbatim, share your motherfucking post verbatim, and then say, everybody said it. Back in WrestleMania in Texas, wasn't nobody saying Bianca Belair was John Cena. Not a motherfucking soul. Mike Knoxxx did. The executive consultant did. Shit. Like when it comes to Cody Rhodes, my man Phil said it first. The Fire and Ice podcast. Y'all like that gritty shit, that sports talk? Follow my man's The Fire and Ice podcast and the group. Make sure you join it. Said it first. The executive consultant, EC, said, yo, she's like John Cena. And second he took it, like that motherfucking baton, I ran with that bitch. Okay? Because my mouth is louder than his. And frankly, I just look better. Have y'all seen him? Have you seen the way the executive consultant dressed? I'm not going to make fun of him. He's not here to defend himself. Okay? But she been Super Cena. Okay? She is Super Cena. And this is no disrespect. right? Because people say, well, you're disrespecting Bianca Belair by calling her John Cena. No, it's not, you dumb motherfuckers. It's called respect. John Cena, like Ric Flair, is arguably one of the greatest of all time. So why would somebody want to fuck up that formula, right? And for all those people who kept saying, turn Cena heel, turn Cena heel. We wanted the Doctor of Thugonomics back. Remember that shit, Vaughn? And then the great one came out, right? And said, what, you gonna rap for me? Or you gonna tell me a rap? I can't. No, that killed all that noise, right? They couldn't bring that out, right? Cena didn't need to turn heel because what he did and what he does is working, okay? Was it over 3,000 Make-A-Wish? Some shit like that, Vaughn? Over 3,000 Make-A-Wishes that he's granted, okay? Merchandise through the roof. The man don't even work for the company technically anymore, and he's still a top merchandise seller. I know. I just bought his G.I. Joe shirt. Okay? Which shout out to Champ Creed and his basketball crew and the Belt Emperor himself, my fix on Twitter, nephew Corey, and everybody who was at WrestleMania who couldn't get me the shirt because they sold out at WrestleMania because he is that damn good. She's been Super Cena. Bianca Belair is the standard. Okay, so if Charlotte Flair is the line, Bianca Belair, which I got to put this out here, Vaughn. I told you privately, and I always tell people, I talk a lot of shit. So when you fuck up, you got to apologize publicly, right? About 3 years ago, I made a top 50 women's wrestling list. Vaughn's backstage laughing, y'all. All right, about 3 years ago, I made a top wrestling 50 list of women wrestlers. Y'all remember that? And damn it, it was a bad list. At number 50, which I stand by, the hoes, okay? Because I can't think of 50 great women wrestlers. That's just me. No offense towards the women. The hoes had a great storyline. I didn't have Bianca on that list, right? And this goes to show you, and I said this out loud on purpose, this goes to show you, Vaughn, why wrestling is what it is today. And it's the same with people who came out and saw Transformers or Spider-Man or, by the way, only Android people hate on Apple, right? Apple don't hate on Android, but Android say Apple fucking sucks. Okay, whatever, right? It's not about what we want, okay? It's about the masses, okay? I remember my cousin when Toby was it Tom Holland Spider-Man? Not Tom Holland Spider-Man. It was Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. He didn't say with great power comes great responsibility. Shit, so the movie had to suck for that? I remember watching Transformers just last week. I wanted to hear one shall stand, one shall fall. I can't make the movie suck because it didn't say that. They didn't give me the Transformers that I wanted. But was it still a good movie? Thumbs up to me. Go see that movie. Okay? And don't watch the bootleg, y'all. It's 22 minutes missing from that movie. Just so you know. Okay? Bianca Belair is not turning heel. Not gonna happen, people. Okay? Yes, she may interfere in Charlotte's match against Asuka. However, they're going to interweave that whole entire storyline, but she's not turning heel. Point blank, period. And if I'm wrong, hell, I'll let your favorite mama's mama who loves this daddy come on my show and host it. How that sound? Okay? Bianca ain't turning heel. What the room got to say? Jeffrey always chiming in, part of the Jack Packers, but he's also a Knoxxer at the same time. That Black History Guild is my favorite. Also, that black and gold one in Saudi. I love that one in Saudi. I love that one. It's also and that SmackDown one. I love it. My man colleagues, hello, damn. Why is she? What? I get it, but I don't. What did it say, Vaughn? That list aged like bread. Listen, dude, I had a little mole on it. All right. I'm openly admitting I made a mistake. Don't make fun of my list. All right, fuck it. It wasn't bad. The list wasn't bad, Vaughn. She just wasn't on it. Okay? She just wasn't on it. My man, Corey Simon, shirts did sell out, though. See? Couldn't find that son bitch nowhere. What's going on, nephew Corey? Make sure y'all check out Wrestling Marks of Excellence. Okay? They also one of the longest running black podcasts in the world. Okay? So check them out. Nephew Corey, and his uncle Dr. D does his thing. And his Dr. D showcase, always doing great things. Cena has granted the most Make-A-Wishes. Yep, I knew that one. DC, calling Bianca Cena just means everyone likes her and she's money. I would tote that back a little bit. Like, let me take 2 steps back before we took 2 steps forward. Everybody didn't like Cena. Cena had a lot of fucking hate. Like he had a lot. Listen, nephew Corey's listening because I know he knows, and those who from Philly know what I'm talking about. The world stole it, but we invented John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks. That came from Philly first before the world got onto it because they were tired of just seeing John Cena. I know I told the story. I'm gonna say it again for those who didn't know because I love telling the story. Took my son to Money in the Bank. He got a Cena sign. He got a Cena gear on. And the whole crowd in Philly screaming, John Cena's son. Come on, little boy. Looked up to me. He was cute back then, y'all. He's like 16 now. He ain't as cute. He's still handsome, but he ain't as cute, right? He looked at me with little fat, little chubby cheeks going, Daddy, can you cheer for John Cena with me? And I remember going, all right, I got you, buddy. I got you. I cheer with him with you. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Mad Dog? What's going on, Tommy? Tommy T checking in. How them girls doing, boy? Happy Father's Day out there, boy. One of the best fathers I know out there doing this stuff. Thizzle. All right. We got here. Grand Body P checking in. Now, Bianca Belair is more my type. I can see her turning. I can't see her turning heel either. A lot of times, 18 to 45 demographic always seem to think that the wrestling shizzle is for only them. That's what AEW fans do, right? I think AEW fans, diehard ones, DC, you know, I'm talking about you, but you know I love you, all right? And not just you, but I can talk to you because you got thick skin. WWE hurt them so fucking bad that nothing WWE does is ever going to be good enough. Right? So they needed an alternative. They got tired of the bullshit, which, hey, I don't knock you. I'm not knocking it at all of why you stop being or giving them your love because they don't deserve it. All right. If they still got minds, they earned it back slowly but surely. Listen, it's like cracking good pussy. All right. I just have to get some more of it. All right. They earned it back to me. But that whole stuff that happened with Kofi Kingston, I lost it. But just more than that, they repeatedly dropped the ball. They repeatedly dropped the ball as a fan. But also, like I say with movies, they repeatedly drop the ball. They're giving us what we want, right? And I always go to a line that Vince McMahon said that low-key pissed me off, but it's true. I tell you what to cheer, and I tell you what to boo. Okay? And fans can hate on that all they want to, but it's true. I've seen them booing the Macho Man profusely. Miss Elizabeth comes out to help him, and all of a sudden, he's super cheered all over again. Okay? That's the Macho Man. That's professional wrestling. That's why hashtag wrestling is storyline. My man Victor Rodriguez checking in. She don't need a belt anymore. Just a feud. She don't. But damn, she look good with that belt though. I tell you, Bianca Belair looking good with that belt. Okay. Corey, are you laughing at me? Fine. I don't care. I don't care what you're laughing at. I don't even know what you're laughing at, but it's cool. I've seen Who's Your Caddy once. Well, hey, watch it again, Jeffrey. Because on Thursday, we're going to talk about it. You can chime in about movies that we hate. That's my movie. I picked Baby Boy at first. And then I realized as bad as Baby Boy is, and nobody tell me that Baby Boy ain't a bad movie as much as we love it. All right? Because there's a line that she says in the movie, and I quote, "Look here, N-word, the car broke and the engine need fixing." Ain't that the same damn thing? Okay? It's a really bad movie, but we love it. So I had to switch it up and pick this movie because that boy EC picked Date Night or Date Movie, and that's just really a bad movie. Okay, really a bad movie. Hey, I don't know how that slipped out, DC. I didn't mean to say that. All right, I got my children. Hopefully, I know they listen because I'm too loud. So I apologize for my children. See, what happens is when I'm not on air, I'm not singing a song, which is more of a rap song. In my house, if you curse, it's you swore. So I get away with it. So trust me, if I wasn't on the air, I'd be in trouble right now talking all this good stuff. My man Corey taking in. People have to remember there has to be an equal and opposite reaction for every action in nature. If you turn Bianca heel, is there a replacement that you can do what she does as an overall package? Hell no, there isn't. And I'm going to just say this. She is the most influential black wrestler that I can remember, not named The Rock Johnson. And again, they don't promote The Rock as he's black. They promote him as Samoan. And I got to think about that. And I know sometimes I say things in the spirit in a moment. So if somebody is listening and you're thinking about it, I can't think of a more influential black wrestler than Bianca Belair. Am I wrong? I see you shaking your head back. Say you agreeing with me, Vaughn? See, I can't think of one off the top of my dome right now, at all. Jeffrey chimes back in. I seen the review show on date night. Oh, you read that night? EC's the only one who liked that shit. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Well, no, because not Rashad James liked it because he made a point when he said our theme is bad movies that we love. He loves that movie, although it's a bad movie. So he gave a thumbs up for that. Corey, go ahead, Corey, with the go. Always trying to philosophizing and stuff with the stars and quasars and shit. Batman, even though it's the greatest of all time. Do you think we will get Bianca versus Charlotte at WrestleMania 40? Oh, that's a long time. I hope so. As long as Bianca's in the title picture at WrestleMania, I don't care. And I think by WrestleMania, she will be in the title picture. I'll be in Philly with my family. So I hope so. My little girl loves Bianca Belair. My little girl loved Trinity Fatu. Naomi. She was mad when she found out she didn't come back. She was mad when Sasha Banks left. My daughter got the Sasha Banks rings and all that stuff. Okay. So again, we're talking about three of the best black women in wrestling that my kids can see. Right, because they didn't showcase Jacqueline like that, Miss Jacqueline like that, friend of the program. They didn't showcase Jazz like that, friend of the program. Okay, they didn't do that. We didn't have influential black women wrestlers. Why want to turn this girl heel? There's nothing that can be heel. She can be a tweener and get mad and all that kind of stuff, but fully go heel, I don't ever see that happening. Booker T, bro, stop playing. I'm gonna tell you why not Booker T, Phil. I didn't say who we love more. Or who we like more. I said influential. Booker T wasn't getting over with kids at all. Booker T didn't get over with kids. He didn't sell nowhere near the merchandise that Bianca Belair sells. Now, I get most of his good run was WCW, right? So by the time he gets to WWE, definitely not. Nobody's buying Booker T's gear. So when I say influential, you may think it in a different way than I'm thinking about it, right? So I mean, rephrase my response to you, right? Booker T, I don't think Booker T is more influential than Bobby Lashley. Okay? I just don't. The scale of the numbers, what she's done, she's won multiple world championships. No other black wrestler in the history of wrestling has done that other than The Rock. And again, they don't promote him as black, they promote him as Samoan. That's why a lot of black wrestling fans, I'm not one of them, will say Kofi was the first black wrestling champion. And that's how I felt too. I remember y'all saw my video. I cried like a baby because I never thought I would see the day. No one's touching Bianca Belair, bro. No one. Scotty, you're right. She's the most influential black wrestler. Spider-Man says differently, Mike. All right. First of all, I like to speak actuals and factuals, right? The number one world superhero is Spider-Man. Superman. Number 2 is Batman. Number 3 is Spider-Man. Number 5 is Wonder Woman. 3 of the top 5 superheroes belong to DC. I'm just saying. All right? That's all I'm going to say. Who said? You said it right the first time. No, I didn't. I made a slip of the tongue. Okay? It's Father's Day weekend and my wife got me. So I was, stop it. Trying to pull me out when I'm trying to get back in. We out here. Where you at, Willie? All right? I'll see you in Detroit, brother. 313. And make sure you got my back too, Willie. Because everywhere I go, I promise you, I will be saying, y'all 313 some ass. I promise you. I'm going to say it everywhere I go in Detroit, okay? It's been mentioned that Roman Reigns is actually the uncle of the Usos and not their cousins. Huh? It's been mentioned from who? Please respond to that. From who? Because you know I'm going to say hashtag Dirt to Dirt Sheets, bro. I ain't never heard that. What I know the factuals of the truth of the story is they're cousins. Okay. She's the best thing ever. You just a horny toad. First of all, Jeffrey, Bianca Belair is more well known on her stock and her skyrocketed since NXT. Absolutely. There it is. I gotta always highlight when you chime in, Michael Smith. And also listen, I know you guys out there do video photography, videography. You guys do all this stuff y'all do in this world. Look at my man, Michael Smith. Find him on Facebook, y'all. Okay. His voiceovers are amazing. Okay. I don't know what he charges. Okay. But boom. What he say? He's right. The Usos said it in an interview about their bloodline. I thought they said he's more like an uncle than a cousin. But W doesn't mention that in the true relations. Okay. Still, there it is. She gives little black girls hope. Well, you know who also gave little black girls hope? There was a song called We Are the World. Okay. And even more than that, all right, I like to go past We Are the World. Remember that song that had like that guy in prison and Tevin Campbell? You know, you got to stand by your man more than just a friend. You know what I'm talking about, right? I don't know the words right now. Watch when I get off the air. I'm gonna know all the goddamn words of the song, and I'm gonna be really mad about that. But WD already wrote that one there. Yeah. I thought in that interview, because I remember hearing that one. I thought he said he's more like an uncle. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And people are wrong every day, right? People say Transformers sucked. They're wrong. All right. People think Spider-Man's the greatest superhero in the world. They're wrong. What I'm supposed to say about that. Now, before we get out of here, dude, I will break this down for y'all. Tonight, more than likely, Rhea Thickly will become the women's world champion. And people, again, in the wrestling world complains about these belts. And Roman's belt looks just like Asuka's belt. And Rhea's belt will probably look like Seth's belt. For me anyway, I like the white straps better. Okay, because it makes the gold pop more. Not mustard, Scotty. It's gold. Okay. What's going on, Charmaine? Thank you, Belt Emperor. Love those belts. Okay. But again, here's the thing. As I said earlier, they're not going to, why would they get away for something that works? I haven't never seen anybody complain about UFC titles. Not a one person I've ever seen. Oh man, them UFC belts is old. Man, do y'all know how long the WBO and the WBA and the IBF belts in boxing have been around? They don't change. Why don't you change them? Because it's a legacy thing. It's something that has to stick around. We say Gunther's belt is still super hard. I love the Intercontinental title. It's not big mustard energy. Matter of fact, I do want some mustard on my hot dog though. Michael Smith. Oh, you're welcome, dog. Anytime. Listen, these belts aren't going in, and they're not ugly to me. Okay. All right. I at first I didn't understand why it was the same as well. Right. But I always say this when it comes to anything in wrestling. Or not just wrestling, whether it's video games, like Dice is there. And every year, like, you know, you get drunk, you come home, you go on a date with your girl, your lady, whatever, your boyfriend, whatever the case may be. Y'all out drinking, had a good time. You just know you're going to get something when you get home, right? Right? That's how you feel. That's what these titles represent. It's a good feeling. They're not going anywhere. Marketing is every single thing that matters, right? This is on, I think Jeffrey said it earlier. They give these belts to professional athletes. They give these belts to companies. Okay. The undisputed title is what it is. If she's the women's champion, that's what it should be called. The WWE Women's Champion. And then the Women's World I don't have a single problem with that. It's just what it is. Boxing isn't the merchandising like, no, it's not. Not at all. WWE looks at those title belts as collector items. They do. But guess what? Unfortunately, people like the Belt Kings made them shits popular. Okay? And it's what it is. Now, it's like, yeah, I started off. That ain't shit no more. You know what I mean? Y'all remember back in the day, I was the man. Now I'm just a guy. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Mo Eaton and nephew Corey and my man Cameron, and, you know, King Coley. You know what I'm saying? Those guys who got just, you know, less kids than me. Okay. Don't have an alcohol problem like I have. Although, you know, my kicks on my fix has a sneaker problem. But, you know, I digress. Okay. You spend your money on what you spend your money on. But they are collector's items at this point. All right. 100%. Willie got, boy, you ain't got no, you got 14 belts your mom whooped your ass with. Okay. I know that. How many belts you got, Willie? So stop fronting. Okay. I just read that men's title championship are also getting revamped. Hey, I'm here for all of it because I I don't know. It's not that I don't like anything. Let me rephrase that. I was going to say something I meant to say. It's running out of time here. I just don't care. Like, I think people, they wake up in the morning to complain about something, right? They wake up and they go, today I'm going to hate on Tom Brady. Look, the best thing about Tom Brady right now is that damn Hertz commercial. Have y'all seen it? He says, every day I came out and said, let's go. Where am I going? Right? People hate on LeBron James, and I'm one of them. But I'm not dumb enough to say that LeBron's like one of the greatest of all time. I'm old enough to remember Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but I'm not old enough to remember his impact on the community that he had. Okay? LeBron's a great ambassador for the community. Wrestling has just changed, and it's going to forever change. And the belts that they come up with, I can care less what they are, what they do. It doesn't. I don't care less whether I like the belt or I don't like the belt. We don't like it, so what? They don't care. Okay, they don't care because you know why they don't care? Because about 50,000 people are going to try to buy a belt, and their logo's on that belt. Okay, their logo's on that belt. I mean, hell, brand them all. This is all I gotta say. Mike Knoxxx, they're going to collect the belts even though they hate them and watch. Yeah, that's what they do. They collect them no matter what. I'm one of them. All right. So listen, guys, I want to thank you guys as always for tuning in. My time is up here. I love you guys for always sticking in and staying by me. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments in the chat. Y'all definitely keep this thing going for me. It's like basketball jerseys, dog. More variety. Hey, I got a lot of damn basketball jerseys still. I don't care what Jay-Z say. I got a lot of button-ups, and I got that too. So listen, guys, my time is up. Do me a favor. Do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me, and don't love God, y'all. That's crazy. I'm out of here. I love you. Happy Father's Day, y'all. Fingers.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're all what you getting in. Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special.